have as our guest today IFBB professional bodybuilder and Ms. Olympia contestant, Kim Perez. How you doing, Kim?
I'm good, thank you.
Thank you for coming on the show.
Thank you for having me.
Tell us a little bit about yourself. Now, you're originally from Oklahoma?
No, I'm originally from North Carolina.
Uh-huh.
My dad was in the military, so we were stationed everywhere. Germany, Alaska, Oklahoma, North Carolina, Texas. So I grew up everywhere.
And you've always been athletic.
Yes.
You started off in, I believe, track?
Basketball,
yeah.
gymnastics, track. Then I went to cross country, cheerleading, and then powerlifting, and now bodybuilding.
Well, now powerlifting. I remember back in the day, one of the first female bodybuilders that I remember was Bev Francis.
Mm-hmm.
She was a powerlifter first, and then she went into bodybuilding. Is that a kind of a natural progression?
No. I think it helps you because if you start out as a bodybuilder, I don't think you have the muscle there when you start doing your first show or start competing when you have to diet down.
Yeah.
So powerlifting just gives you that base foundation to have quality muscle. So when you do diet down, you keep all of your muscle and you're already built,
right,
instead of having to actually lift and progress until you finally look like you want to look.
Right.
You know what I mean?
So it gives you that good foundation to go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Now, the female bodybuilding has changed a lot over the years.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if you go back to the days of Rachel McLeish, more of just lean, but not so much muscular.
Mm-hmm.
And it's changed. It's progressed throughout the years. And you're big and strong and everything like that.
Thank you.
A lot of it, but they've kind of taken the competitions and they've made several categories now.
Yes.
So you kind of get a wide range of professional female bodybuilders.
Right.
What category is it that you fit in?
I am bodybuilder.
Okay.
They have women's physique, fitness, figure, bikini. I'm not interested in any of those just because I love muscle. I love lifting. I still train like a power lifter.
Uh-huh.
And that is why I continue to keep solid muscle on me, is because I still lift very heavy.
Yeah. When it comes to the actual competitions, and I'm going to talk about the build up to competition, but when it comes to the actual competitions,
Mm-hmm.
what are the judges are looking for a variety of different things.
Yes.
And I've heard bodybuilders say, I need to, my lats are a little this proportion or this and that.
Yeah.
And we're talking a long process. Much like Olympians spend 4 years trying to get to the Olympics.
Mm-hmm.
But there's only a few sports where you have to go through that whole long process.
Right.
Is it difficult to figure out what parts of your body need certain improvements, and then the time it takes to get to that point?
I'm going to speak for myself.
Yeah.
For me, it's my quads, and that's just because my upper body is so massive. I guess it's just, I'm going to say, genetics. It does take, some muscles do take a longer time to develop than others. So the process for me seems like it's been forever. And of course, it's been since I've been a professional athlete. And I turned pro in 2005,
right,
and I'm still trying to develop my quads. And I think for me, maybe if I quit doing upper body, then my quads would finally catch up. But I'm not willing to do that because I love lifting. I think it just depends on the genetics and how hard you work, the dedication, the commitment. And I train them hard. I mean, I'm not slacking in any areas at all. Yeah. It's just stubborn. I don't know how to explain why I'm not proportioned the way I want to be, but I'm still doing it, still trying. So yeah. I'll eventually get there.
Do you? And so many people have different ways of doing things.
Right.
But I see the common thing is I see people they'll work out twice a day.
Right.
Different party parts.
Mm-hmm.
Do you do that with a split routine? That's what they call it. Right? I think it's referred to. like one part of the, maybe a couple parts in the morning, a couple parts in the afternoon.
Right. Okay, I'm gonna answer that question. If I had a sponsor, I would be able to do that, meaning I don't have to work.
Don't have to work, exactly.
But right now, it's extremely hard to do that unless you go before work and then after work.
Yeah.
But I tried to do. I'm in the gym 2 hours at least. I train an hour on one particular body part. I train 6 days a week, so in those 6 days, I'm able to work just one body part. So if I can't get it in 2 hours, I don't need to go 4 hours to try to get it.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I think it's just it depends on how you split up your workouts, and I don't think you should work the same body part within 72 hours anyway. Right. So I think it just depends on, abs, calves, delts, stuff like that. You can work probably every other day or something.
It's you made a good point because I've seen people who have been sponsored.
Right.
And they get up and they work out, and they go eat, then they take a nap, then they go work out, and they eat, and they take another nap.
They're living a dream.
Yeah. Not a bad way to go.
Yeah.
But it's really it's really a lifestyle. I mean, you really have to watch everything you put in your body.
Yes.
You have to make sure you make your do your workouts and stuff like that.
Uh-huh.
A lot of people talk about off season. Do you just throw caution to the wind in the off seasons, or do you kind of stay a certain fitness level?
Well, I'm doing it different. This year I have a new nutritionist, George Farah. The way I'm learning how he does his athletes, which is totally different from how I used to do it when I had another trainer back in Oklahoma City. Before, in the past, I used to eat whatever I wanted to eat. It was hot dogs. It was hamburgers. I'm a hamburger girl, so it was anything I wanted in the off season. And then when I knew I was going to do a show, I did a 14-week diet, but I started at 14 weeks out, and then 12 weeks was the actual diet. I did a 2-week cleanup and then 12 weeks. So the 12-week, that's when I had to cut everything out. All the hot dogs, everything, and was on a strict diet. But I also had to do 2 hours of cardio through the whole 12 weeks. Yeah. So right now, in the off season, I've been on my diet for 12 weeks, and I'm doing 20 minutes of cardio a day, and it's helped tremendous. Yeah. Tremendous.
Now, going into the final days of the contest, you hear about people having to shed water weight and all those kind of things. Things like that, the question is it take a toll on your body? Yes. And is it something that you just train yourself to be able to do?
I don't think you train yourself to do that. I think it's about the reward at the end. So you've gone through your diet, you've done everything you needed to do, you're looking good, hopefully. So you don't even think about dehydration, no carbs, no sodium. You don't think about any of that. It's not for everyone. That's why a lot of people don't do it. Yeah. So it's only for those who can actually do it, who don't think about it. It's a process. Everyone has to do it that is trying to be number one. So I don't think about it because I know it's only maybe 3 days that I'm not having water.
Showing a towel.
Yeah, you're just like swallowing big time, trying to swallow your saliva. But it's not as bad as it seems. I mean, you look good. You're looking in the mirror, and you're just like, you're amazed at what the body can do with, when you drop your sodium and cut your water, and that's just the process that you have to do it in order to be on stage.
Now,
I was going to ask, so what is the season like? How many competitions are you doing, and give us a little idea what that's about.
Okay, this next year, 2014, I'm going to do the Chicago Wings of Strength show. I'm going to do the Tampa Pro show. And
You
then
competed in the Tampa before, right?
Yes.
You won that, didn't you?
No, not yet. That's why I want to do Tampa again. I deserve it. So hopefully, I mean, because it's a point system now to get to the Olympia.
Yeah.
So normally I wait till the last show or just do one show, thinking I'm gonna win it. And sometimes I come up short, and then I don't have the points to go to the Olympia. So in order for me to go to the Olympia, since it's on a point system, I'm going to have to do more shows.
Yeah.
And it's just sometimes I diet too hard sometimes, and I only want to do one or two shows. But hopefully 3 shows next year. But if I go to Chicago and do well and I qualify to go, then the Tampa is 4 weeks later. I won't do the Tampa.
Right.
Unless I just want some more money.
Couple quick things. When you're talking about the food and stuff like that, and you have your nutritionists and stuff, I've noticed from other bodybuilders I've met, it's such a routine. It's like, I eat this many chicken breasts every day. I eat this every day. Do you have a variety? Or with your new nutritionist, do you get a variety, or is it?
I hope George isn't listening, but no. No, I'm not. I don't complain. It's
well, it's easy to remember,
chicken.
right?
It is very easy to remember because you do it every day.
Yeah.
So it's chicken. I have 1 chicken meal, tilapia meal, salmon meal, egg whites, grits in the morning, my protein shakes.
What sort of calorie intake are you taking?
You know what? I haven't even counted.
Doesn't go that way. Okay.
I let
portions. You're working more on the portion
mine's
side
per
of things?
portion.
Okay.
That's why I have a nutritionist. They do that work. Just tell me what I need to do.
That seems like that'd be a whole lot easier.
It's easy for me.
Yeah.
All I gotta do is weigh my food and eat it. I'm good. And send him pictures every 2 weeks. If he likes what he sees, he'll give me more food or take some away.
Oh no.
Yeah, no fun. So you might want to do what you're supposed to do.
Follow the rules.
Yeah.
What was it like? You went from the amateur ranks. What was it like when you got your pro card, entered your first pro contest, and got on stage the first time as a pro?
It was fun, and it still is fun for me. Yeah. I do it because I enjoy it. The fans want to see me. I won my pro card back in 2005, and then I did my first pro show in 2006, and it was in Texas. It was the Europa in Texas, and placed second. So for me, it was I'm used to winning. No, second is good. So for me, it's just I'm steady. I'm chasing for the number 1 spot,
right.
And that's just all I know. Sometimes is because I just want to win everything. I'm just very competitive.
Yeah,
So.
and this all sports is competitive, but this is it's an individual sport.
Yes.
It's very competitive.
Yes.
Does it get kind of catty back there sometimes when everybody's looking at each other, trying to figure out who's looking?
No, it really doesn't, because there's not a lot of pro bodybuilders. So it's like we're family.
Mm-hmm.
It's a small family. So no one's ever been catty to me. So or unless I just don't pay attention because I'm focused on what I need to do.
Well, my question was going to be how when you are competing, how many people are you usually competing against? Is it how big is the field? Just
okay,
usually.
if it's just if you're trying to qualify for the Olympia and it's a smaller show, normally every time I've competed, it's been at least 25 plus girls, 25 to 30 girls.
When you are competing, you have to take a team with you. I know you have to get oiled up. There's a lot of things that you have to do that you need help with.
Right.
Do you have like a team that goes with you?
No, because normally at every contest there's like Jan Tana is backstage, and they put the pro tan on you, and normally they bring their whole team, and so normally you just set up online. Yeah, I want Jan Tana to do my spray, and then everything else they do. So they'll email you your time slot. You show up, and then they take care of everything else.
How long a day or is it multiple days as a contest?
Normally, when I compete, say for instance, if our show's on a Saturday, I like to fly in on a Wednesday, and that's just because of sometimes when you fly, you retain water. You know, you just want to get to your hotel room, get settled in, get off your feet, and start your carb loading. So for me, I like to get there at least 2 days, 3 days before the competition.
Yeah.
That way, everything is smooth, and then I take my nutritionist with me.
Good.
And then we go to the gym, train. He looks at me, makes sure everything is, and then we manipulate the carbs and water and all that stuff.
Talk about the weightlifting and the cardio, which most bodybuilders seem to hate.
Ooh, yeah. Cardio, man. It's boring. It is. You're just
going nowhere.
Nowhere. And then climbing stairs, those rolling stairs, it's no fun. It's no fun.
I'm with you there.
Yeah.
How much time is spent posing routines?
Posing, I like to, when I'm competing, I always have to say me because I can't speak for everyone else, but I like to start my posing routine or start posing practice 8 weeks out. And that's just because it takes that long just to get fluent with doing your poses and being comfortable on stage with presenting yourself.
Yeah.
So 8 weeks out, and I have a choreographer that does all of my routines. So I pick the music. I listen to music.
That was my next question. Who picks the music?
Yeah, I pick the music because it has to be something that I can see myself doing on stage.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, makes sense.
Because if my choreographer can move her, she can dance. So if I let her pick the music, then I'm be up on stage doing something just fast. You know what I mean? Trying to get off stage. So people always say, here comes that slow music again. But you can really, really pose with slow music. You don't have to feel like you're in a hurry and move quickly if you have a faster song. So that's why a lot of us pick slower songs.
When they have those other pose downs, when it's like multiple people posing at the same time, for you, because you can't speak for everybody.
I'm sorry.
What are you focusing on? I mean, because it seems like me, I'd be like taking a peek and go, "What's he? Oh man, look at his tries." You know what I mean?
Yeah. You know what? When you're on stage, you can't, because everyone, all of us, we all look different. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? We all have different body types. So there's someone's going to have better legs than you, better arms than you, better back, better something. But you can't think about the person standing next to you. You just have to perform while you're on stage and give it your all, give it your best, and really focus on what you're doing. Because if you look at somebody else, like, oh dang, your triceps look good, man. You know what I mean? Then you've already lost. You've messed up.
You lost focus.
So, yeah. Exactly. So
well, and along those lines, it seems like this is almost it's almost like being a musician or a dancer, where I mean, stage fright and those types of issues. Does that affect you? I'm sure it does. It's maybe not you, but others. I mean,
no, me.
Yeah.
I have big stage
I know. I would have done it. I just no way I would go up there and
my
do
God.
that.
You know what? You know what's embarrassing for me is to be up there in a bikini.
That was what I was going to say. I'm not walking out of this house no way. Let alone standing up on a stage. No way.
Yes, I do have stage fright. But since I've been here in California, I've gone to some commercial school class, so I'm trying to get out of that, being comfortable on stage. Yeah. So and then later I'll go to some dance classes and take some choreography lessons and stuff, so that I'm real comfortable. They start breakdancing on the next one.
Now, I imagine you spend a lot of time in the gym around like-minded people. What's it like when you're out on the street and people see your size and your musculature and have no idea whether or not you're a pro bodybuilder or not? How are people approach you, or how does that work for you each day of the day?
Honestly, I forget that I look the way that I look, you know what I mean, for his muscle and stuff like that. So I'll go somewhere and they'll stare at me and I'm like, what are they looking at me for? You know what I mean? Then I'm like, I forget. But no, they stare and they'll come up to me and talk to me and I've always gotten good comments.
Yeah.
No one's ever, if there is someone with a negative comment, no one's ever come and said anything to me. They may give a look or something like that, but no one's ever said anything.
It's funny you said that. I was listening to an interview with Mike Tyson, and he was saying that every once in a while he'll see somebody with a face tattoo, and he thinks to himself, why would you get a face tattoo? He goes, oh, I got a face tattoo.
Yeah.
I was reading somewhere where you come from an athletic family.
Yes.
And have you? So obviously, you have the support of your family, and it's any type of professional athleticism. It takes a lot of work and a lot of dedication. But I gotta imagine that they're real proud and real supportive. And do you get pointers from them?
No, they just see me as Kim.
Never let you forget where you came from, right?
Never. That's right. No, they're my mom. They're very supportive.
Yeah.
My mom has gone to every show with me. I think she's only missed one.
No.
But they're very supportive. But they still treat me like Kim. But my brother won't wrestle with me anymore.
I can't imagine why.
I know, right? He's not gonna win.
When did you first pick up a weight?
Back in 1992. No, 92 is when I started hard. Probably in college.
Yeah.
But my track coach and cheerleading coach, I was lean. And I was muscular for someone weighing about 116 pounds. And I think they saw that if I lift, that I'd probably really put on more muscle. Mm-hmm. So, and I was a cheerleader, I was a butterfly. They threw me in the air. I was one of those. So I think they didn't want me, my track coach definitely didn't want me to lift. He monitored my lifting. Yeah. He wouldn't let me lift heavy or lift a lot of weight.
You cheerleaders. I when I was in high school, during playing football in the summer, they have those weightlifting competitions where they had like 10 things you did, kind of a circuit thing. We were in a gym at one of the other high schools, and there was a cheerleader on the leg press machine, and challenged everybody. Oh, no. And she outpressed everybody.
Wow.
She stacked the whole thing, every repetition wise. So, cheerleaders, man, that's where it starts.
Yeah, a little stronger than you think we are.
Exactly.
They got to throw each other.
We're going to take a quick break. Listen to the Swoop Show on the Talk Story Radio Network, as well as AM 1670 Dewberry Jam Community Radio out of San Antonio, Texas. We're here with Kim Perez, and we're going to talk about our guest today is Kim Perez, and she's being joined by Ramon Caballero. And we'll get a chance to talk to him in just a second. But, so, Kim, you got a DVD that's coming out.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about that and how that all got started.
The DVD is something that I wanted to do for the fans. It's just me flexing. They love to see me flex. They want to see me more than just on stage. So I thought we've been working on this DVD for a year. We started last year. And it's just, we've been to several locations. We shot some in Las Vegas, Laguna Beach, Venice Golds. So it's just me flexing and just in interviews that I did, questions. That's it.
Very cool. We got a clip. We provided a clip from Ramon, and we're gonna put it on our site for when the archive goes up tomorrow, late night tonight or tomorrow. But the little clip from the DVD will be up for about a week, but then the archive will remain there indefinitely, so people have a chance to go in and take a quick look and get a sneak peek.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ramon, how did you get involved in the DVD process?
I was asked to do
Usually, that's always a good start.
Well, I was asked, and then I resisted, and then I was asked again. So the point was that I worked for advertising publicity for MGM United Artists, and I retired, and I was perfectly happy watering my geraniums, and it got me out of a warm bed to do this. So the geraniums, by the way, died. So no, the thing was that I came from an analog period when everything was very physical. We had big reels of film, and we had flatbeds and moviolas, and digital was just coming in the late 80s, and Avid was coming in, and people were talking about this digital, so what was this new thing? And so by that time I had gone independent, and I was doing filming a 16 millimeter, and I liked that. So then I did that for a long period of time, and then I decided, well, I just get out of it altogether. So I had to relearn a whole new genre of stuff in digital filmmaking because I hadn't done it. So being, the union, we did have classes, but we couldn't even keep up with that because the stuff was changing so fast. So basically, I did like making advertising and clips and trailers, because what I liked about that work was it went very fast.
Uh-huh.
Nothing sat, and everything was very entertaining, because I have to be entertained. Because I get bored really quick. That's why I won't do cardio. I look at them all, those little bikes, and I think of them, and I say, yeah, guys. And I listen to my music, and I disappear. So that's what I do. So basically, they said, we want you to do this DVD. So I treated it like an advertising instrument. And we had a company called Stevenson Weber that was a consulting company that MGM brought in when they expanded the advertising and publicity department. And one of the things that they gave us in their handbook was a page that had one line, and it said, quote, ellipsis in italics, be first, exclamation point, closed quote. And I remember that. So in other words, do something that has to be entertaining, and you have to capture the imagination of the public. And one of the things is, in the 80s and 90s, we had roughly less than 4 minutes to get your attention. Excuse me. Mm-hmm. But now I've got less than 7 seconds.
Yeah.
I got to get them in there.
Mm-hmm.
And if you don't do it, you're dead. So that's the way I approach it. So I have to keep people entertained. Otherwise, I get bored.
Yeah. What was it like working with a bodybuilder?
Oh, that was completely awesome and different.
Yeah.
Because I had never even looked at it. I go to the gym also, but I don't do what she does, because she's right up there. She's top notch. I just do to keep the weight off. Because when I left the studio system, I had gained so much weight, and I was so fat eating gourmet pizzas. And they didn't buy us beer or anything, but they kept us happy, because sometimes we'd have to sleep in the editing room when we had to get something out. And I became very fat, and so that's when the big mega gyms were just opening up, like Bali's, and so I got a membership, and I thought I'd die the first week, and the guy said, we can get this off. Come this way, step over to this nice machine, and I thought I'd die in 2 weeks, but then it left, and then I got into the rhythm of it, and now I'm addicted. I can't keep it. I just added another day.
Yeah, that's a good point. There's got to be days you wake up and say, I am not feeling the gym.
Yes, but there's an automatic motivation. You get in the car, you're trying to get behind the wheel, and you're driving, and I don't know, am I going to like this, And then once you get into the routine, that resistance fades. And I think she had the same experience.
What do you do? What do you do that keeps you get motivated?
I love going to the gym.
Yeah.
I love lifting. It's a part of me. I'm the opposite. If I don't go, I'm moody.
Everybody knows.
Right, moody anyway, but if I don't go to the gym, it's 10 times worse. You know what I mean? I feel like I'm shrinking, and there's just no possible way to shrink in one day. But just mentally for me, I love lifting. Yeah. I love the weights in my hands. It's just incredible feeling for me. So.
I understand you've been training, or you have trained with Charles Glass.
I moved here. Gave up everything in Oklahoma City and moved here. I've been here going on 5 months, and that was one of
Bricktown and all that stuff. Huh?
I did. It was easy for me to do. But I wanted to come here and train with Charles Glass, because he's known for bringing up the body parts that's lagging on any of the IFBB pros. Yeah. So and he's had tons of success. So. I've done everything that I thought possible that I could do. So Charles was really my last resource of me, because I still have that dream, still want to be a Miss Olympian. So I just reached out to Charles, and I've seen him at every one of my shows. He goes to all of the IFBB shows. So we talk all the time, and so I just told him, hey, I'm going to come out to California. He said, come see me. So back in March, I came out here and went to see him, and we decided for me to move out here. And he'll work with me.
Yeah.
So we've been working together for 2 weeks now. I wanted to wait till he was done with the Olympia because he had a lot of athletes here.
Right. So the next contest, the series of contests you have coming up, and the goal is to be able to compete in the 2014 Olympia.
Yes.
And now, the last time you competed in the Olympia was when?
2012.
And did I read somewhere where you made a mental note or a decision that you were going to not take off from training, but take off competition for a period of time to get to certain things you wanted to correct? Or
yeah, to me, I think the more shows you do, because when you're dieting all year round, just about. So, I mean, if you do 2 shows, you're dieting half a year. So when you're dieting, you don't get to build. You don't get to put mass back on. You don't get to put new muscle on. Mm-hmm. So in order for you to do that, you have to take a break. So with me, my thinking, I always think I need to take time off in order it's because of my placings, how I place. I know that I'm still missing what I need in order to be where I want to be. Right. So I just can't keep putting myself out there knowing what's lagging. Right. And so I probably shouldn't take time off because you got to keep your face out there. Right. Everybody says you got to keep your face out there. You got to keep your face out there. But dang, if you don't know me by now, I mean, it's the same judges. You know what I mean? It's not like you disappear. You know, so that's why we're coming out with the DVD and doing your show and just trying to self promote. Yeah. And let everybody know I am coming back next year.
Now, judging seems to be fairly subjective. Mm-hmm. But do they give you good enough feedback that you know what you need to work on, and then next time you show up and you've worked on that, and then they're subjective in a different direction?
Yeah, that's about how it goes. Love the judges.
We won't get you to say anything you shouldn't say.
Yeah.
Well, along those lines.
No, you know what? The judges are whatever they want that day. That's what they pick. Yeah.
Do they tend to be the same judges from competition to competition, or are they always, like, say, a different set every time? How does that work?
It just depends on what show, the West, the East. Depends on what district you're in, and that's the
so
same
what works
judges.
for one set of judges just might be exactly the wrong thing for the next set. Oh, that's gotta be
you
tough.
walk in there and you go, oh.
But they know who's
He's
coming.
Here?
You know what I mean? They know who's competing at every show. We have a contract that we sign, so they know who's coming, and they know what to look for in all of us. If they know the last year she didn't have no legs, let's see if she got them this time. You know what I mean?
Right.
So they know. Yeah. So I think they're just waiting for you to make the gains or the progress that they want to see before they reward you with how you think you should be rewarded.
That's got to be tough, though.
It's tough.
Your website is KimberlyPerez.com.
Yes.
And I notice you have a VIP section.
Yes.
Someone signs up for the VIP section. What does that give them access to?
It's supposed to give them me, but no. It is supposed to. I'm supposed to have new video content on there, new pictures on there every month. Sometimes I do a chat room to where I can talk to my fans and they can ask questions and I reply to them and stuff like that. But sometimes I'm not happy with my physique. So for me to say I'm doing a photo shoot every month is not going to happen because I'm not where I want to be. And mentally, I don't think I want to show my fans a side of me that I don't want. If I'm not comfortable or if I'm not happy, then I'm not going to do a photo shoot. Right. You know what I mean? Sure. So I'm always working on my physique every day.
I have a feeling you're more critical of
I'm
yourself.
Very, yes, very, very. There's days people can say you look fabulous, and there's days I'm like, yeah, I gotta get back to the gym.
Shouldn't have come out. Shouldn't have stepped outside.
Shouldn't
the
have
door.
exactly.
And I beat myself
Gotta get the
up.
paper.
I beat myself up. I really do. But I guess maybe that's why I continue to go to the gym, and that's why I'm motivated. Just because I know I'm not where I want to be. Do we ever get where we want to be? No.
How long is this game? How long can you stay in this? I know they have the seniors and the grandparents and stuff. But,
I know.
But what's the career span?
Age is nothing but a number. I just think if you are healthy, you stay healthy. You can go as long as your body allow you to go.
I know that a lot of we were talking before the show started, and I was telling you about a lot of the people that I used to look forward to reading about and occasionally bumping into, and they eventually started putting out their own fitness DVDs and stuff like that. Is that something that you may do in the future?
Mine would be more of a powerlifting DVD than me trying to show you how to lift.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, I'm not into those type DVDs. I like the hardcore stuff to where, I mean, you get a bunch of guys in there and we're just going hard. I love that type. I like the raggedy gyms where everybody is just serious lifting.
Yeah.
So if I can do one of those, will people want to see it? Sure.
I used to just like to read the numbers in the powerlifting magazine.
Exactly. Yeah. It's just amazing.
3 lifts of 1,400 pounds.
Yeah. So I don't know if I pray about it, I may do one.
Yeah. Well, Kim, we tried to cover a lot today and talk about other things, a lot of different things, and get the people who haven't heard of you to kind of learn a little bit about you, and hopefully start to follow you and go to your website. But is there anything that we haven't had a chance to talk about that you wanted to talk about?
No, I think we've covered everything. I do want to thank my fans and everyone who's tuned in to watch, because they haven't seen me since last year.
Yeah.
So, hi.
When is the DVD expected to be rolled out?
Whenever she approves it.
Oh, you can put it back on me. Yes, I do have to approve it. We finished it last week.
Last week, and we added a few more things.
Yeah,
but it has to be a final.
Right. And the reason why it's taken so long for it to come out is because I was living in Oklahoma City, and it was hard to get things done and approved by me. So I'm here now. A lot of stuff that we did
they
do
have the internet and phones and things.
I know, but there was things that I wanted to redo.
Yeah, I got you. So
I redid some things, stuff that I wasn't happy with, or somebody else wasn't happy with out of the group. So it should, I go over there Sunday probably to approve it, and then hopefully after Thanksgiving.
We can ship it. I asked for Thanksgiving.
After
Thanksgiving.
when do you think?
No, that's fine.
Okay.
Soon. Thanksgiving is around the corner.
I know. It's in 2 weeks?
Yeah, isn't it about 2 weeks?
Two Thursdays.
Okay,
tomorrow.
so
crazy.
Probably 3 weeks.
Yeah.
I would.
You just said
say,
it. You can get some angry mail if that doesn't happen.
You can't backpedal now.
You heard it here.
Yeah,
on
well, it's done now. I just got to go approve it, and then
a micro map.
the final steps to be done. So real soon.
All right, gonna hold you to it.
Yes,
and he will.
and it's gonna be good. It's gonna be good.
Well, I want to thank you for joining us here at Swoop's World, and all the best of luck to you. And
thank you.
And, when you win that Miss Olympia, stop on back.
I will.
Don't forget the little people.
I'll come running. I'll be right there with my medal.
Angela brought hers.
Angela brought hers in, exactly.
Yes.
Get back from London.
I will. And it'll be a tough one, but Iris Kyle is 9-time Miss Olympia.
Wow.
And just phenomenal.
Yeah.
So I got a lot of work to do.
Yeah. But you're
So,
focused.
I'm focused.
Got the eye of
I'm
the tiger,
focused.
man.
Yes.
You listen to Swoop Show on Talk Show Radio Network, and